on the Pac-12 network. USC is the focus. Obviously, expectations always sky high for this program. Some changes last year at the coaching helm. Steve Sarkisian out. Clay Helton is in. He's going to be joining us in just a few moments' time. Huge wins for this program. Finished in the top 25 when it was all said and done. And made reference to the coaching change, and it is his job, hopefully for a very, very long time. That would be Clay Helton. But here's a look at the schedule, and it's, I guess in a lot of ways, good luck, coach, because it is the toughest schedule in the country, according to ESPN. It starts off, and I don't think anyone's asked Clay Helton about week number 1. I don't even know who the opponent is. It's some school from the SEC that maybe has gotten a win or two at some point, and maybe even a national championship. But the head coach of the Trojans is with us, and Clay Helton, it is great to have you on set. Congratulations. We've had some conversations since you took over the job. First time I've seen you in person since you've now officially become the man. You said it was a dream job. You wanted this opportunity. It's Pac-12 Media Day. What's the best and maybe the worst thing about being the head coach at USC?
It's been a dream come true. I mean, you train for something for 21 years of your life, 21 seasons, and to have the opportunity to do it at USC, you know, one of the pinnacles of college football, and be surrounded with guys that you love. You've been a part of their lives for 6 years. You've been in their homes recruiting. You've watched them grow up from young men to men, and to be a part of their lives and continue their career at USC, it's a dream. I don't have a job. I wake up smiling every day.
So unemployed is maybe the worst part.
Yeah.
Easy. Don't make those jokes.
I know. Especially as the coach who's sitting with me
part
on
of the
set.
FC, Fire Coaches Association.
Well, Clay, sometimes when you bring in a new coach, there's changes being made, not just I would say with personality, but sometimes a difference in schemes and the approach to the game. What will USC fans see differently coming from your standpoint?
Yeah, you know, I'm very fortunate for a couple reasons. I had the opportunity to go through that season last year. We won a Pac-12 championship, but we go and play a great Stanford team in the Pac-12 championship game. And in fact, the matter is we lost. And I really felt there were some changes that had to be made for us to take the next step, which is the expectation of a championship. Right. That's what USC is about. That's why you come to USC. If you don't like that bar being set that high, don't take the job. And in fact, the matter is that's the standard that I believe in. And to be able to do that, I really felt we had to get back to a very fundamental technique, assignment sound football, not flash, but understanding exactly what we had to do in spring training, be a physical football team that was assignment fundamentally sound. So we took away the music, we took away the hype, we just made it all about ball, and hopefully that transfers over to this season.
Well, I know you've taken away the music, you've taken away the hype and all that stuff. You've had to deal with 2 athletic directors, 4 head coaches or interim head coaches. Heck, twice it was you, right? You know, in the last 3 years. And how important is stability now to bringing this program back to national prominence?
Well, I've been fortunate. I think anytime that you're a head coach and you're faced with adversity, you get to see who you are. And more importantly, your players get to see who you are. You know, being a constant force and a stable force in their life is important. And you know, the biggest thing that I learned from last year is it's all about relationships. With 18 to 21-year-old, it's about your players trusting you, you trusting them, and the relationship that you create. Moving forward, I think that's going to be unbelievably helpful, because I'm not, you know, there's a lot of new coaches at different universities. The advantage that I have is the ability that I've already got that relationships. I've already got that trust. I know what these kids can do personnel-wise, and being able to have that advantage is kind of being able to kickstart us, be a little bit of a head start leading into next season.
Clay, I think one of the cool things being on set with Curtis Conway, he will always tell you about the talent that seems to migrate to SC's campus. He was one of those guys that was talented enough to rock that uniform. And yet, you look at the skill position players, you look at your team as a whole, and there's studs everywhere. And yet, at the quarterback spot, it's a little bit of an unknown right now. Had an opportunity to spend some time with Max Brown. Couldn't get over just how mature he was as a young player, and yet you have an option too in Sam Darnold, who's a true freshman, to come in. These guys are competing right now. What's going to separate one of these guys so that in week 1, that other team that you're playing, that's apparently a high-profile squad, Alabama, is that the team? Yeah. What's that guy going to do to earn that start against them?
Well, we're so fortunate at SC to have the young men that we have, and one of the things that they understand, when you come to SC, it's about competition. It doesn't matter whether you're a junior, it doesn't matter whether you're a freshman, the best player plays. And I'm so thankful for Max and the way he's approached it. He's understood that when you're at this level of football, it's real life. It's whether you're in the business world, the NFL, college, every day you're competing for your job. That's a reality. And the poise that he's shown to be able to go out there every day and perform has been staggering to me, as well as a young kid in Sam Darnold. What's it going to take to win the job? Be productive. They both have the intangibles of it. It's the decision making, the timing, the accuracy, the ability to move the team and put the ball in the end zone. Those are the things that are going to win the job. We'll go for about 18 practices in spring training, and about 2 weeks out, we'll not only name our quarterback, but our two deep for all our positions on the team, so everybody knows their role going into that opener.
Speaking of going into that opener, man, whoever you pick at quarterback, can you imagine after the play against the
Welcome to
defending
college
champions?
football.
Welcome to college football, exactly. Since the playoffs have started, I think you're starting to see the conference is being talked about more as a whole because of the strength of schedule. Of course, the SEC is always talking about they're built in already because they play the toughest teams in the conference. How important, not just as a school, but how important is it for you guys to go out and try to get this victory for the conference to get the respect across the country that it's been yearning for?
I think it's a tremendous opportunity. Everybody comes to me and says, Coach, what a tough schedule. I look at it as it's an opportunity. The fact of the matter is we play in a playoff system world. And there's every media channel is going to be talking about building your resume. Well, when you play Alabama, you play Notre Dame, you play the Pac-12 schedule, you're putting one of the best resumes together in the country. And it's helping you preparing for that playoff, that national championship game, because the quality of opponent that you're playing week in and week out is comparable to where you're going to be in that late December, that late December game. So is it important to play those games? Yes. Is it important for us to play the defending national champion with one of the greatest all-time head coaches in the history of our game? Yes. The opportunity to compete against the best, that's why you come to SC. The opportunity to compete is something that puts in our heart as a Trojan. So to be able to do that, I think is really, really important. We've got kind of a chip on our shoulder. I think it's kick-started us this summer. The way the kids are working this summer just feels different. Them running their own practices over the summer, the amount of work that they're putting into, you can just feel how important this season is to them. And it starts with that opening game.
Well, I know a lot is made of preseason polls and preseason this and that. I want to actually give you the off-season award, best hire in the country, Clancy Pendergrass, coming back to USC. And I think a lot of fans are curious what defensively the Trojans are going to look like this year. Is it going to be 2013, that defense, or what can we expect to see? Or is it going to be a lot different than what he brought previously?
I thought hiring Clancy, keeping T. Martin, bringing back John Baxter as special teams coach. The one thing that I learned from last season is you can't do it all. It's hard to be a game planner, a play caller, be the head coach. A great leader surrounds himself with great people, Clancy being one of those. And from us, the little bit of thinness that we got on the defensive line, I thought it was imperative to get Clancy here because what he does with the secondary, with pressures, loading the box, playing a lot of man coverage, playing a lot of one-high coverage, I think it's going to help our defensive line. He's an attacking style. That attacking style won't change, but he's got a couple new wrinkles that he learned over his last stint in the NFL I look forward to seeing also.
You mentioned your coaching staff. Clancy's a great addition, obviously. You also talked about Nick Saban. Not to circle back on week one, but I'm going to circle back on week one. What's it going to be like for you? Because as a head coach, there's a chess match, right? That's going on. There's a guy that you're pretty familiar with on the other side in Lane Kiffin. How much conversation or at least thought have you given to the fact that it is a guy that you do know and you get to kind of like square off against a guy that you're familiar with? Yeah,
I know both guys, and I have so much respect for both guys. Coach Saban worked with my father at the Houston Oilers, and to have that relationship, he's been a family friend for a long time, and to see what he's done throughout his career, he's maybe the best coach in our generation and one of the top in the history of the game. And then I've always respect Coach Kiffin. One, he's one of the more offensive, brilliant-minded people you will ever meet in your life. And he brought me to SC. He gave me the opportunity to come to what I feel is the greatest place in the world. So to be able to go up against two men and compete against two men that you have so much respect for in their profession, man, Makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck to have that opportunity to compete against the best.
You know, you use family friends to describe Nick Saban. Something tells me you're not going to get a whole lot of good luck phone calls the week before the
He is the ultimate competitor.
All business. Once again, congratulations, obviously, on being named the head coach. Looking forward to obviously spending time with you on the training camp tour, and nothing but success in week 1. Because Joel Klatt joined us, and he made a great point. Everyone in the Pac-12 conference is rooting for every other Pac-12 team in non-con play. So a lot of eyeballs on that week 1 game. So best of luck to you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, still plenty more to come here. Pac-12 football media days. It's day 1 of 2. Still a lot to get to. You know, the guys have been having a good time in our digital plaza with Kate Scott. They've been playing some games. These two guys, Adoree and Zach, they're going to be joining us on set, striking maybe that Heisman pose, or at least having some fun with it. Just talked to Clay Helton, the head coach of the USC Trojans. The conversation around this SC program continues on. Pac-12 football media days. A closer look at what's happening at Hollywood and Highland, and of course a lot of fun. You saw the fake football field that we have out there, our digital plaza. Kate Scott's been manning it. They've been having a ton of fun. We're trying to stay focused on the set. Zach Banner and Adoree Jackson are with us. I gotta be honest, because the football field's just a few feet away. They're playing some games that are out there. And at one point, we're trying to do the interview, and all I'm hearing is screaming over there. And I'm thinking, is that Zach? Is that Adoree? Like, who's making all that noise? And apparently there was a reason for some of the screams. What was happening over there?
They were my fans.
Oh, you're okay.
All my fans. Some of them knew who Adoree were, but they were literally all my. There are thousands of people out there here to support me with 73 jerseys, even though they don't wear them during the games, and they always have number 2 jerseys on. But whatever, it's whatever.
Well, the fun thing is, we know, Adoree, that you're a little bit of an athlete, right? I mean, you got some game. We've seen it track and field. We know it football. Apparently, gymnastics might be also in your future. What is that? That is crazy. The backflip, Zach. Where's your?
Look at that flip.
See that flip? That's a real flip. That's a man flip.
They need to put that. They need to put that in the Olympics.
So I just started backflipping when I was in the 8th grade. I was bored. Me and my friends, and that's all we wanted to do something extra, so we just figured to decided to start the backflip, learned it then, taught myself, so I'm willing to teach anybody. Hopefully, I didn't make it in the long jump, so the U.S. Olympic team, give me a call. If they want me to, I go out there and cut a couple flips.
8th grade, you said you were trying?
8th grade.
8th grade. What's the worst speed? You ever get hurt doing? I can't even imagine trying to teach myself how to do a backflip.
That's because he's an athlete.
I know. I did it on the diving boards and felt good about it. But do you ever get hurt doing that?
No. When you first start, you gotta have the mentality like, oh, I need to do it. Like, I remember when I first started, I would go up and get nervous in the air and then fall straight back on my shoulder or fall straight back on my face or my back. And after a while, I just went on YouTube, Googled how to flip, and they told me I was supposed to tuck my feet on my knees. Didn't know what that was. Figured out how to do that and helped me rotate backwards, and then the rest was history.
I just love how he says he did it because he was bored.
Yeah,
When I got bored, I watched TV.
Yeah, me too. I was right next to you. Yeah, you were at my house. Cheetos, exactly. Lots of Cheetos.
Adoree, you talked about the Olympics, just missing the Olympics and the long jump. We see you flipping. On the football field, you can do just about anything at the skill position. You're running with the ball, playing corner. Who is Adoree Jackson on the football field? Is he the guy that wants the ball in his hand on offense, or is he the guy that wants to lock down the number 1 receiver on each team?
I'm the one that want to lock down the number 1 receiver on the team, so whoever you put up against in front of me, whether he goes to the nickel, he goes to the outside on the right, he goes to the outside on the left, or they need me to play safety, which I did last year, or wherever you need me to go on defense, I'm going to go out there and try to lock up your best receiver. And I mean, occasionally they get the ball in my hands, so I'm thankful for that. But I want to be a defensive player. I talked to Coach Helton about that, and he told me I'm primarily focused on defense and then go from there.
Now, big man, back in 2010, I was a head football coach, and I had 15 offensive linemen decide they want to get into an elevator together, got stuck, and delayed practice for about an hour and a half. And this year, there was the sequel. I believe it was called the elevator rap. Can you tell us
It's going to
what
be on
happened?
iTunes soon, by the way. We're trying to get a deal done with them, so it's going to be on iTunes.
So what happened? What was the deal?
So what happened was the NCAA allows once a month a coach to have his players over for dinner or something like that, right? So we were over at our offensive line coach's house in Redondo Beach, and if you know how the beach houses and condos are set up, they're nice, but they're old. You know what I mean? You don't really have to renovate them because it's nice to live on the beach. So this was like an old crusty elevator, and we're all leaving, and we're just like really excited to get out, really excited to just get out of there. And while they were saying bye, there was already 4 of us. That's why I'm jammed up in the back because we were already in the elevator with about 4 guys, and we were letting it close, and we were trying to beat them low key. And so somebody had put their fist like right in last minute. It opens. There was like 4 more guys jump on. We had like 8 offensive linemen total on there. I should have been the better leader and told them to, hey, everybody get off. But I didn't because and then we literally went half a floor and we were stuck on there for an hour and a half in result. It was the worst idea ever.
Yeah, you guys come out, you open up with Alabama. You know, everyone talks about Alabama defense, starting with the defensive front. They lose 2 studs right there in the middle to the NFL, but we know they love to plug and keep playing. How much of the challenge you guys are looking to playing Alabama in that first game, considering USC, they're talking about could be one of the best offensive lines in the country.
Well, I appreciate those compliments on us, and we, as an offensive lineman, we work really hard during practice, a little bit harder than these guys in the DB room. But in all seriousness, you know, number 9, 93, 94, 90, 92, 22, and number 10, you know, those are the guys, I know those numbers by heart because those are the guys that I've been watching film for the past 4 weeks. And I respect them to the fullest. They're a great team, great organization. They're going to come out hard. They're going to come out trying to, you know, they're defending champs, as they should. They're a great program, and so are we. It's an honor to play against them.
Now, Adoree, you mentioned you want to follow that number 1 receiver. They had a pretty good stud in Calvin Ridley last year, 1,000 yards. Lane Kiffin loves to get the ball to his go-to guy.
Exactly. Seen that before.
Do you want to follow this young man on opening day?
Yes, sir, I do. You've seen what he did with Marquise Lee, had him win the Biletnikoff, had him everywhere on the field. So me following him would bump me into a candidacy going higher for the Thorpe or any other award that's up. And if I follow him, that's going to look great on me, and it's going to show that I'm hungry and ready to go for the season. And I'm just going to set a statement for everybody from the season to go on. Like, I'm not scared. I'm not backing down from anybody, and I'm just ready to go.
You know, Zach, you made reference to what Alabama brings to the table, a lot of respect that you have for that team and obviously their coaching staff and the things that they've accomplished. Yet, when Clay Helton was sitting out here, we had asked him about it. There's so much talent on both sides of the football for USC, and yet there are question marks right now about the starting quarterback. Take me through the 2 guys, Sam Darnold and Max Brown, and what both of those guys do really well. Because either way, it's going to be one of those guys in week 1 against the Tide.
Both of them are extremely good quarterbacks. Whoever is behind me on week 1 through week 13 and throughout the season, I'm going to protect. So bottom line, they're both great at what they do. Max is a little bit taller, has a little bit more experience, obviously a lot more experience. He's been here longer. Sam is just as good. You know, it's a competition. And isn't that a good situation to be in? I mean, we're talking about 2 great quarterbacks battling it out, and, you know, worst comes to worst, one gets to start and one plays this year, and then the other one takes next year. Whatever happens. You know what I'm saying? We can't control that situation. That's up to Coach Helton. But like I said, whoever plays behind me, they're going to be protected, so that'll be one.
Well, Adoree, I have a question for you, but right now we're kind of trying to see each other around the eclipse. That is Zach.
Let me lean back a little bit.
Yeah, if you could give me one second, big man. So I'm just curious, how often do you hear, oh man, you should just focus on football, or you should just focus on track, or you should just focus as a receiver, or you should just focus on playing corner? How often do you hear those things, and what's your response when you kind of get all these suggestions about where you should go with your future in athletics?
So I hear it a lot from everybody, whether it be friends or people outside of football or fans. And what's the thing I respond to, and I just think about my parents. My mom always told me, follow my dreams, speak things into existence. So I always said I wanted to run track. I always wanted to go to the Olympics. I always wanted to win this award, to do that. And she always told me to speak everything to existence because God wouldn't bring you this far to fail you. And then my dad, he's always on me tough, always want me to be the best I can be at anything. So his response would always be, if you're going to do it, you just got to give it your 100%. And we had a talk. And he asked me what I want to do throughout the season. Do I still want to play all 3 spots in the game? And when I had that talk with him, I went to Coach Helton. We all discussed it, and he told me that I told him I want to primarily focus on defense and get better that way, be the best defensive player I can be, and be the best defensive player I can for this team. And then in the Pac-12 in the nation, and then obviously go on special teams, return something every now and then, or then go on offense when they need me. But I told him I want to be like Charles Woodson in the use of that, and that's all my response to him. Is a lot of people done it before me, and I'm just gonna hone down into it and just be the best athlete and be the best defensive back that I can be in the nation this year.
Guys, wish you nothing but success this upcoming football season. A lot of eyeballs on your games, not only in week 1, but the toughest schedule in the country. You can make that argument. So every single week it's going to be a gauntlet. And by the way, thank you, Zach Banner, because you gave me the best moment of today, and I don't even think you realize that you did that. You showed up. I'm 5'8", $155, and I get nervous in these director chairs. Like, is this going to be able to hold me? You rolled up and you looked. Seriously, guys? It held up.
It's going really well. If you go about 10 more minutes, though, we're going to be breakless. So we need to hurry up, do your job, and get us to commercial right now.
Probably feel better. You don't want one of those YouTube social media moments.
Hurry up. Come on.
If you want to zoom in on Zach, you can feel the pressure that the director chair right now is having. Obviously, guys, great having you on set with us.
Thank you for having us, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, still